Yay! Now where's my pencils I gave you?
Alright, stop sharing this tab. Take it out to there.
I'm gonna do your pencil.
Alexander, focus. So I need everyone to be on page 375. Dun 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 dun. Calvin and Eliana, I need you guys to leave. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so let me zoom in. So today, last week, we worked on least common denominators with fractions, and then making them equivalent. So today, we're going to have to continue with what we were learning last week with making fractions equivalent, and we're going to work on adding what? For what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Multiplication should. I think she's trying to say.
Don't point to it. I don't know which one you're saying. You lost your charger?
Chart.
Your book chart?
Mm-hmm.
You mean your assignment notebook?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll find it later. Right now, you can just go down, okay? Probably at home. All right. Anyways, we're going to work on actually adding and subtracting the fractions. Woo! I'm excited. I can tell you guys are excited too. Fabulous. So anyways, how can we use common denominators to add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators? Okay, guess what? When we cannot add or subtract a fraction if they don't have the same denominator. So what do we have to do? We have to make them have the same denominator, which is what we practiced last week. Finding least common denominators, okay? So, this person's name, Malia, we'll call her Malia. I don't really know what her name is. Malia bought shell beads and glass beads to weave into the designs in her basket. How nice. She bought 1/4 pound of shell beads and 3/8 pound of glass beads. How many pounds of beads did she buy? So, we have two numbers and we need a total. So, what are we going to be doing here? Are we going to be adding or are we going to be subtracting, friends? Adding, because we need a total. We do not already have a total. So, we need to add 1/4 plus 3/8. And we have to write our answer in simplest form. But the first thing we have to do is find our common denominator. So, I'm going to let you know I do not love the first way of finding the common denominators. That wasn't really how we did it. So I'm going to speed through this one way, and then we're going to focus on another way because it's.
Sorry, we're moving
Okay.
to the upstairs gym, so I don't know about reading RTI, like how that's gonna work. You know what I mean? Like,
Should we just cancel it for today?
can we?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
all right?
fine. We'll read.
Yeah.
No big deal.
All right.
Okay, well, reading RTI is canceled unless you're Mrs. Jacobs' friend, you're still going because we're just going to read in here. Hi, friends. Anyways, we're going to skim through this one real quick because Mrs. Kneifel does not love the first way. I think it's harder than the second way, and we really focused on the second way last week. So the first way, you could multiply the two denominators together, which is 4 times 8, which is 32. And then you multiply this times 8, you would multiply this times 8, and we would have 8 over 32. We multiply this by 4, we multiply this by 4, it would be 12 over 32, which 8 plus 12 is, does anyone know? 20 over 32, and then both of those can be simplified by 4, which would be 5/8. So 5/8 That's just not my favorite way to do it. I would rather find a common denominator the way we've been finding common denominators. So the least common denominator for 4 and 8 is, okay, well, to find this, let's list multiples of 8. 8, 16. Wow, no one's helping me out?
24.
24. Let's list multiples of 4. 4, 8. Oh, look. What's our least common denominator? 8. So do we even need to change 3 eighths? No. But we do need to change 1/4. Yes. How many times did we multiply 4 to get to 8? 1, 2. What we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So then we have 2 over 8 plus 3 eighths, and we get 5 eighths. So either way, you get the same exact answer. Mrs. Kneifel just personally thinks it's simpler to find our common denominator this way, because I want the least common denominator. Here, we're just finding a denominator, a common denominator, and this one happens to be 32, so we have to simplify a lot. When we find the least common denominator, we normally don't have to simplify as much. So, wow, they are just having a day down there. Everyone, let's all take 5 seconds to be thankful that's not us, okay?
I wish that was us.
I do not.
I
When you go to the gym. You don't even understand. If that was happening in Mrs. Knifel's classroom, I would literally be dying, okay?
But if we got to move to the upstairs gym, then me, Isaiah could be shooting hoops.
You don't get to shoot hoops. You just have to sit on the floor.
Just do some flex
That wouldn't be very much
I
fun.
see some flex tape.
exactly. We're never gonna be
The more time, or the sooner we get this done, the more time you're going to have for your homework. So, we're just going to keep on going. This one, we're going to subtract. When subtracting two fractions with unlike denominators, we still have to do the exact same thing we do for adding. We have to find the least common denominator, but then we just have to subtract instead of add. So, Mrs. Kneifel likes to find the least common denominator instead of just a common denominator. So, I'm going to list multiples of 10. Ready? 10, 20, 30. That should be plenty. Let's list multiples of 5. 5, 10. Oh, look. My common denominator is going to be 10. So do I need to change 9/10? No, that's just going to stay the same. But I do need to change 2/5. How many times do I multiply 5 to get to 10? 2. What I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top, so I end up with 4/10. Now I have 9/10 minus 4/10. My denominator stays the same. It's going to be 10. But what is 9 minus 4, everyone? 5. And once in our simplest form, 5/10 is also equal to what? Anyone know?
1/2.
1/2. So this final answer is 1/2. We don't got time to describe, okay? Get that. What questions are we having so far? We're doing exactly what we did last week. We're finding the common denominators, but instead of stopping at the equivalent fractions, we're adding or subtracting the numerators. The denominator stays the same. So let's do some more together. I'm out of breath this morning. All right. So, I have 5/12 plus 1/3. Mrs. Kneifel likes to find these common denominators. So let's list some what's multiples of 12. Ready? 12, 24, 36. That should be plenty. Let's list multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, look. What's my least common denominator, everyone? 12. So do I need to change 5/12? No, that's going to stay the same. But I do need to change 1/3. How many times did I multiply 3 to get to 12? 4. What I do to the bottom, I have to do the top, so I end up with 4/12. Now I have 5/12 plus 4/12. What is 5 plus 4? 9. And then my denominator is the same. is 12. And guess what? That is not in its simplest form because both of those can be divided by 3. 3 divided by 9 is 3. 3 divided by 12 is 4. So our simplest form is 3/4. Abby, just sit, just follow along, okay? Next one, we have 5 and 7. I'm going to list multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Let's miss multiples of 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35?
Yeah, 35.
Our least common denominator is what, everyone?
35.
35. We have to change both of these. So I'm going to make my new denominators 35 and 35. How many times do I have to multiply 5 to get to 35?
7.
7. So now I have what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 7 times 2 is 14. How many times do I have to multiply 7 to get to 35?
5.
5. 3 times 5 is
15.
15. Now I need to add 14 plus 15, which I know 15 plus 15 is 30. So if I have one less, I have 29 over 35. That's all. That cannot be simplified. Nothing goes into 29 nicely. What questions are we having so far? Bunches, not bunches? All right. 6 and 4. Let's list multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18, 24. Let's list multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12. What's my least common denominator? 12. I need to change both of these, so I'm going to write my new denominators, and I'm still adding, so I'm going to put a plus symbol in the middle. How many times do I need to multiply 6 to get to 12?
2.
2. What I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 2 times 1 is?
2.
2. How many times do I multiply 4 to get to 12?
3.
3. What I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 3 times 3 is?
9.
9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So I have 11 over 12, which is in its simplest form. That cannot go any lower. 11 over 12.
This is also equal to 4.
Questions, complaints, concerns? All right. I'm going to erase this little thing right here so I can actually see the next problem. The next 3 are on subtraction. And we have 3/4 minus 1/8. And if you remember from a problem earlier, what is the least common denominator between 4 and 8? Anyone remember?
8.
8. We don't even have to change 1/8. And how many times do we have to multiply 4 to get to 8?
2.
2. What is 2 times 3?
6.
6. So now I have 6 minus 1, which is 5, and my denominator stays the same. 5/8. Now I have 1/4 minus 1/7. I'm going to list multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. I'm going to list multiples of 7. 7, 14, 21, 28. What's my least common denominator?
28.
28. I'm going to write my new denominators right here. How many times do I have to multiply 4 to get to 28?
7.
Yep. So 1 times 7 is 7. How many times do I have to multiply 7 to get to 28? 1, 2, 3, 4. What is 4 times 1, everyone? 4. Now I have 7 minus 4, which equals 3 over 28. Yay. What questions are we having? Anyone? All right, let's do another one. Multiples of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40. That should be plenty. Let's count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. My least common denominator is 20. I'm going to write my new denominators here. How many times do we we have to multiply 10 to get to 20?
2.
2. What we do to the bottom, we have to do the top. 2 times 9 is 18. How many times do we multiply 4 to get to 20? 5. What we do to the bottom, we have to do the top. So 5 times 1 is 5. And now we have 18 minus 5, which is 13 over 20. And that is as low as it can go. Bless you. What questions are we currently having? Right now, on your own, I want you to look at the next page, 377. I want you to try 8 and 11 on your own. Right now, you're going to do 8 and 11 on your own. When you are done, put your pencil down, and that's going to be my symbol that you're done. 8 and 11 on your own. Feel free to have out a multiplication chart if you don't know your multiples by heart. 8 and 11. First step, find your least common denominator. We're doing 8 and 11 on your own. When you're done, have your pencil down. That's my symbol that you're done. Abby, let's not be playing, okay? All right, it looks like most of us are done. Number 8. What is the first thing I need to do, Maddie? Okay, so what is that? What does that mean? In math terms, what are we doing? Why do we have to count by 5s? Because we need to do what? What are we trying to find? The least common denominator. So first we're going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That should be plenty. What's the next thing I need to do, Abby?
The next thing is count by 3.
Yes, because we need to find the least common denominator. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Isaiah, what is the least common denominator between 5 and 3?
15.
15. I'm going to write my new denominators. 15 and 15. I'm going to put my addition symbol in the top, or in between. So now, what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the what, everyone? Top. Alicia, how many times did I multiply 5 to get to 15? 3. So 3 times 3 is what, Malik?
9.
9. How many times did I multiply 3 to get to 15? Alex? Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 times 5 is what, John?
1 times 5 is 5.
5. And now I need to do what with them, Zoe? Add them. 9 plus 5 is 14 over 15. And that is as low as that can go. Give me a thumbs up if you got that right. You got that answer. If you didn't get that answer, hopefully you know where your mistake is. And then what did I say, 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is step number 1, Bree? Find the least common denominator. So first I'm going to list multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Sorry, I just forgot how to count by 2s for a second. And now I'm going to list multiples of 8. 8. Do I need to continue?
No.
No, because my least common denominator is what, Gabby?
8.
8. So I don't even need to change 3 8s. I'm going to keep that the same, but I do need to change 1/2. How many times do I multiply 2 to get to 8, Claire? 4. 1 times 4 is what, Phoebe? 4. Now 4 minus 3 is 1 over 8. Woo! That's in lowest form. Give me a thumbs up if you got that one right. If you didn't get it right, do you know where your mistake is? All right, how's everyone feeling?
Good. Right.
All right, we're going to do 2 more together, and then I'm going to give you your homework, okay? That's the plan. Alex? Yeah, just behind my computer. All right, we're going to do 2 more together, and then we will call it a day together, and you will have the rest of the time to work on your homework, okay? So let's do 10 and 14. What is the first thing I need to do, Rush? Number 10, what is step number 1? What?
Sorry for wasting your guys' time right now.
What? We're not in a rush. We literally have 25 minutes till library.
Oh.
We do not need to multiply yet. Maddie, what's step number 1? Same thing step number 1 was the last problems. What? No, we are on number 10. And regardless of what number we're on, the first step is still the first step. What is the first step, Isaiah?
Find the least common denominator.
Yes, that is always the first step. We have to find the least common denominator. So I'm going to count my 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Let's count by 9. 9, 18. Woo! What's my least common denominator, everyone?
18.
18. So I'm going to rewrite my denominators. 18 and 18. I'm going to throw my plus sign in the middle. How many times do I have to multiply 2 to get to 18?
9.
9. So what I do to the bottom, I have to do the top. 9 times 2, or 9 times 1 is
9.
9. How many times do I have to multiply 9 to get to 18?
2.
2. 2 times 4 is
8.
8. 9 plus 8 is 17 over 18. That is as low as it can go. Now, everyone, what is step number 1 of 14? Find the least common denominator. Not just find all common denominator, the least common denominator. denominator, okay? So I'm going to list multiples of 12, 24, 36,
48.
48, 60, right? Yeah. Now let's list multiples of 15, 30, 45, 60. Everyone, what is my least common denominator? 60. I'm going to rewrite my denominators below, put my subtraction sign in the middle. How many times does 12 have to be multiplied to get to 60? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 11 is just 55. Those are always doubles. How many times do I have to multiply 15 to get to 60? 1, 2, 3, 4. What is 4 times 7?
28.
28. And now I have 55 minus 28, which is kind of put the sign off the top of her head, so I'm just going to do it off to the side. 27. So now I have 27 over 60. And guess what? We're not done because all of those are divisible by 3. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can divide both of those by 3, and that would be 30 over 9. Which can then be simplified again by 3 again, which would be 3 over 10. So simplest form for number 14 is actually 3 over 10. Because it can be divided by 3, and then it can be divided by 3 again. Okay?
Twice?
Yeah. Because, yeah. Questions, complaints, concerns. All right. Then, I need everyone to flip the page to 379.
Why is my block on it? Maybe because we don't have to.
379. Don't mind my computer. Now, slow. Come on, computer. We can do it.
How are you doing?
Right. I want you all on 379, and I want you to circle the ones I say. Are you ready?
Yes. Yes.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11. So instead of 12, I'm going to have you do 11, okay? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Right now, we have about 20 minutes to get started. While you are working on this, if you have a question, you should probably what? Ask, okay? We are going to get started. Friends at home, I'll see you later. We are not going to have a live reading RTI. We have reading around 10, okay? So I'll see you around 10, okay? Bye-bye.